Hello, stamping friends. I'm Brenda Hillard. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in north central Minnesota, and I can be found at createwithbrenda.com. Well, here we are. The mini catalog went live last week, and it is Sale-a-Bration from now until February 28th. And there are some beautiful products in this Sale-a-Bration brochure, as well as pages full of new beautiful product in the 2023 January to April mini catalog. Now, if you look on the back of your catalog, it's called the January to April. However, this does go through May 1st. So exciting times. A new catalog launch is always like, oh. So I'm feeling like lots of new products to show you and to work with. And the one that I'm going to show you today features papers from the Dandy Designs. And so with a $100 product purchase, that's before shipping and tax, you get this pack. It's a huge pack, 48 sheets of 12 double-sided designs. So you get 4 each, which is really nice if you're doing, let's say you want to make your birthday cards for the year and you want them all to be the same. You have enough paper in this pack to do that kind of project. It's great for making gift bags, envelopes, whatever the case may be. But that is the paper I'm going to be using today, is the Dandy Designs. Just one of the patterns, but I'm excited to show it to you. And then the other thing I'm going to be using from the new product, from the new catalog, and I'm so excited that we finally get to open this catalog. It's just like, before I would tell you about things, but I couldn't open the catalog to show you the things. And there's just so, like I said, it's chocked full of good things. If you're a regular customer of mine, you should have received your mini catalog and your Sale-a-Bration brochure in the mail. If you haven't received yours, please reach out to me. And then also, if you do not have a current demonstrator and you would love to have the catalogs, there's a link down below that's for requesting the annual catalog or the mini catalog. So just fill out the form and I'll be happy to mail that to you. So let's go to page 12 in the catalog. And on page 12, there's this fun little bundle called Share a Milkshake. And at first I was like, I don't know that I need that. And now I am so happy that I have it. I'm going to show you a super cute card that I've put together for a swap, and now I'm going to share with you. So let's get started. The products I'm going to be using, as I said, is the Share a Milkshake stamp set, along with the Share a Milkshake dies. These are like so fun, and the only dies I'm using out of here today is the malt cup and the straw. And then the sentiment that I'm using is going to be Life is Sweeter with You. And then I've got the solid malt cup, and this is a 16-piece photopolymer set. Then I have the overlay for the malt cup, the straw, and the sentiment. Okay? Then the other thing featured on our card is the metal plate 3D embossing folder. And is what I guess I wanted to share with you. This comes from the Ready to Ride suite with the motorcycles. But I wanted to show how this metal plate 3D embossing folder can be used elsewhere too. And it's really pretty. It's 3D, so you get that real deep emboss. I'm going to be using the framed florets dies, and I'm going to be using this die. However, I'm not going to be using the slotted oval. I'm just going to be using the oval piece that comes from the center. And then of course, most of my cards feature the stylish shapes. And I've told you this before, but if you're a first-time watcher, welcome. I actually ordered 2 sets of these dies because I use them so much. And when I do my retreats or little stamping gatherings, I can cut out 2 at a time, which is very helpful. But I'm going to be using this big banner for on this project. Okay, so let's move those off. My color combination is the mint macaron and balmy blue, and I am going to be using the Wink of Stella glitter pen. All right, my pieces of paper for the project is a standard card base, which is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. So I'm just gonna match up my edges, take my bone folder and give that a good crease. All right. I have 2 more pieces of balmy blue, and these measure, and you need 2 of them, 1 3/4 by 3 3/4. And I'll put all the measurements down below in the description. You just have to click on where it says more, and then it'll show you the measurements and the supplies. So that's 2 pieces of balmy blue at 1 3/4 by 3 3/4. I have 2 pieces of designer series paper. These measure 1.5 by 3.5. I have 2 pieces of basic white that measure 4 by 5 1/4. One is going to be our insert, one is going to be for dry embossing. And then you'll need scraps, and that is so that you can cut the oval, which I've done ahead of time. Like I said, there's a little bit to this card, so I wanted to be respectful of your time. I try very hard to do that. And then your other scrap of with your scrap of basic white, you're gonna cut a banner from the Stylish Shapes dies. And then this scrap, whoops, I'm flipping all my pieces around here that I've die cut previously. One of the dies I forgot to pull from the Share a Milkshake is the hearts. So I'm just gonna pull that die out so that you can see what it looks like. So there's that die. And on this final scrap of basic white, I'm going to stamp my malt cup. So I'm going to put it on my foam pad. And you guys, I love mint malts from the Dairy Queen. They're like really my favorite all-time shake. Now I'm going to ink this up really well, and I'm just going to stamp it down. So there's my first layer. Then I'm going to take the rest of the milk, or the malt cup, I should say. I'm going to ink that up again with mint macaron. And then, being their photopolymer, they're very easy to line up. So is what I found when I was lining them up is this corner with the stamp. And things matched up pretty well. But don't you love the shaded look that that gives to that malt cup? I just think that is like awesome. So that is it for our mint macaron. Let's bring in the balmy blue. And with the balmy blue, I want to stamp my straw just like that. Shape spanner. And I'm going to ink up our sentiment. Wait till you see the font on here. It's adorable. So I'm just going to stamp that right in the middle. Look at that. I'm going to zoom just a little so you can see better. Good. Okay. So you guys, that's it for stamping. You will need a scrap of Balmy blue to run through your die cutting machine for these little hearts. And then we are ready. Well, not quite. I'm going to put my stamped piece off to the side, and I'm going to bring in my Stamp and Cut and Emboss. And because I'm using the 3D embossing folder, with the 3D, it means that I need this platform number 1, my embossing folder with a piece of the basic white. And remember, you can line it up. There's this line on all of the embossing folders by the Stampin' Up! Logo. And you can just put your paper right along that line, pinch it closed, and then your dry emboss is nice and straight. Then the gray platform number 4. And one thing I want to mention is you always put the hinge in first with your machine. And then we're just going to turn this through. And look how pretty that diamond plate is. And when I saw it, it kind of reminded me of like a waffle cone texture. So I thought, well, that fits well with the malt shop. So I'm going to put my oval that we die cut with the framed florets dies again. Putting that in, hinge first, platform 1, embossing folder hinge first, and then plate number 4. And we're just going to turn that through our machine. You guys, if you don't have the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, now is a great time to purchase, because with the purchase of the regular size Stampin' Cut and Emboss, you would get to pick 4 level 1 products out of the Sale-a-Bration brochure. Remember, you're rewarded for every $50 increment of product. You get to pick a free item. Some of the items in the catalog you will see in the bundle. I'll just show you quick so you know what I'm talking about, but this page is a perfect example. So if you want this stamp set, it's with a $100 purchase. So you need $100 in product. This set, $50 purchase. Okay, so just kind of pay attention to the bubbles and then you'll know. And then at checkout, it tells you how many level 1s you're eligible for or how many level 2 products. So that's kind of nice. And it won't let you complete the checkout without grabbing your rewards. All right, let's assemble our card. So I'm going to take our dry embossed 4 by 5 1/4 piece. I'm going to add some Stampin' Seal, and I put an extra amount when they're dry embossed just to make sure that it stays down on our card base. Okay, so there's our dry embossed piece. Doesn't that just pop on that Balmy blue? Then I'm just going to take some Stampin' Seal and run it just across the top of our insert. I do this a lot. And I actually learned this from Kay Kultoff, where you just have to put it on the top. This can stay loose You don't have to use all your adhesive just to glue the insert. All right, so let's take our pieces of designer series paper, and I'm just going to add adhesive at the top and the bottom, and I'm going to center those up on our pieces of Balmy blue. You guys, be sure to subscribe to my channel and leave me a comment or share, because I love demonstrating different cards, and I hope it encourages you to give these projects a try. Okay, I'm going to just adhere that down. I'm going to put the one here on the left, I'm going to put that up high on the card. And then this one, I'm going to put down lower on the card. And they can butt together right there. It's not going to matter, or even overlap a little bit if you want it to. And I'll show you why here in just a minute. So we're going to put our dry embossed oval on our card. And then I'm going to take my banner that we stamped, and I'm just going to add some dimensionals with my Take Your Pick tool, my well-used Take Your Pick tool. Just like that. And then I'm going to put this right across the bottom of our card. So now, and for the sake again of saving time, you would die cut your stamped malt cup, you would die cut your straw, and your straw, I suggest using a piece of low tack tape so that it doesn't move in your embossing machine. And then with a scrap of Balmy blue, you're going to cut out the hearts. Okay, so I've got all my little pieces right here in my dish. I'm going to add just a little bit of Stamp and Seal to the corner because I want to adhere my straw. So my straw is going to stick up out of my malt cup. I'm going to add a couple of dimensionals to the back of my malt cup. And I'm going to set this down on here so that the bottom of my malt cup kind of fits right in here, not covering up my sentiment. What are you thinking so far? I really love this card. I love how it turned out. So now with my liquid glue, I'm just going to add a little bit to the biggest heart and put that right up here. I'm going to take the medium size heart, and all three of these cut out with one pass with the one die. It's really quite nice. I thought this would make a super cute Valentine card too, done, you know, in different colors. But because I love mint malts, that's how I ended up with a green malt cup. Now I'm going to take that the smallest heart, and I'm just going to lay that down right here on the corner. But wait, we're not done. We're not done. So our Wink of Stella pen. Wouldn't your malt cup, wouldn't your malt cup be frosty? Of course it would. So I'm just going to make a frosty malt cup here. There we go. I love this. Love this card. And I hope you do too. So life is sweeter with you. It could be a thank you card. It could be a birthday card. It could be a Valentine. Give it a try. I'm going to leave mine inside blank, and then I'll decide later what I think this card should be. I would love to earn your business. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I will put a supply list down below with simple add to cart buttons that will allow you to check out. Be sure to use my host code at checkout. Every month I offer a host code gift. This month with a $100 purchase, you not only get to pick either 2 level 1 or 1 level 2 Sale-a-Bration products, but I will send you a handmade card by me and the Cane Weave 3D embossing folder. So it pays to shop with me here at Create with Brenda. Until next time, bye for now.